All around the world, there are places that are now famous, as they are considered to be haunted. Some of these places seem haunted because violent events took place there. Others seem to be paranormally active because they are historic, something that is familiar and comforting to the dead. Every once in a while, a tourist will visit one of these places and manage to capture evidence of these hauntings. Today, we have collected some of the most compelling evidence from those videos. Number 5. Gettysburg Ghosts. In July 1863, thousands of American soldiers fought against each other in the Battle of Gettysburg. Of all the battles and encounters during the Civil War, this battle was by far the bloodiest. Thousands of people died in town and on the now infamous Triangular Field. Today, the site brings in a lot of tourists. In 2001, a man named Tom Underwood decided to take his family to see the Gettysburg battlefield. His wife was recording as the sun went down, and strange things began to appear on camera. As she has the camera pointed towards the woods near the battlefield, she caught a glimpse of something somewhat transparent walking through the trees. As she focuses on the image, others appear near the spot, walking through the dense foliage. It seems quite obvious that the shadows are human in form, and are very clearly seen walking. Among the videos where evidence of the paranormal has been captured, this is considered one of the most promising tapes ever made. Are they ghosts, or is it just trick of the light? You be the one to decide. Number 4. Eastern State Penitentiary. Eastern State opened its doors in Philadelphia in 1829. At the time, it was the first prison system to utilize isolation as a means of housing and helping those doing time. Prisoners resided there up until 1971. Some of its former inhabitants are now quite famous, including the notorious Al Capone. Many people suffered here, and Philadelphia-based locals are more than convinced the former prison is haunted by the spirits of criminals. This particular video was something the Atlantic Paranormal Society picked up while exploring Eastern State. They set up cameras all around the facility, and they managed to capture this unusual-looking entity walking and turning back around down a hall. The crew of TAPS is not sure what they managed to capture in the video, but it's certainly pretty freaky. Number 3. Island of the Dolls. Would you ever want to visit an island that is supposedly haunted and covered with dolls? Xochimilco is a small island off of Mexico City. According to a local story, there was once a little girl who was playing on the island when she fell into the canal and drowned. Soon after, strange things and voices began to appear on the island at night. Some of the residents in Mexico City believed the girl came back to haunt the island. The owner of the island wanted to do something nice for the ghost girl, so she purchased her a doll. It is said that the girl's spirit overtook the doll and possessed it. The dead girl demanded more dolls be given to her. The man began to fear for his safety and told his brother as much. The following morning, his brother found the man dead in the canal right beside where the girl is said to have drowned. Now, both of their spirits inhabit this doll-infested island. Some are still very convinced that the dolls themselves are now haunted, and based on this footage of an episode of Destination Truth, I'd say that's pretty accurate. In the video clip, one of the dolls is seen moving its eyes by itself. Would you dare to visit? Number 2. Dalhousie Castle. Many people who visit Scotland enjoy seeing the ever-beautiful, ever-historic Dalhousie Castle. Many parts of the castle date back to the mid-15th century. There are those who believe the castle has been haunted for a very long time. A few centuries ago, a young woman named Catherine lived at the castle with her family. Catherine had recently fallen in love with someone and told her parents of the match, but they were less than enthused. They refused to let Catherine see her lover anymore. Heartbroken, Catherine locked herself in a room in one of the upper chambers of the castle and let herself slowly starve to death. Today, her ghost is said to haunt Dalhousie. In this video, a young journalist named Helen Parker is making a brief video of the castle and its history. She mentions the ghost of Catherine and suggests that they look for her spirit. Later on, Helen decides to go to the dungeon of the castle. She's sitting down, calling out to Catherine to do something, when the chair beside Helen begins to shake. The experience frightens the reporter so much, she flees. Number 1. St. Augustine. The city of St. Augustine, Florida, has developed quite a reputation over the years for being notoriously haunted throughout. From the legendary Old Jail to the black and white lighthouse, St. Augustine is said to be the most haunted city in the United States. But what people don't know is that St. Augustine was the place of many firsts for our young country. In the city is the oldest recorded house in America. A man decided to tape footage of the house while he was visiting the area one summer. He is seen walking into the empty house, already a bit apprehensive. The man decides to set up a surveillance camera and leave for a while. What he catches is a strange and shadowy apparition, walking from one room towards another on transparent feet.